Welcome to DWBI Adda channel. Please subscribe for latest training videos.
Hello viewers, we are back again with a new topic of Seaborn. Seaborn has a property to visualize different meaningful graphs. In our last session, we have discussed on scatter plots, and in this session, we are going to focus on line plots. We will attempt to accommodate multiple variables in our plots and try to understand how they behave. Let's begin the session. Data visualization is one of the great approaches to discover the trends of the data. We have many alternatives, but line plot is a basic type of chart available in many areas of study. According to Wiki, a line chart or line plot is a type of chart which displays information as a series of data points connected by straight line segments. The line points are a useful way to compare set of data changes over time. In the below section, we have generated a line plot from fMRI dataset. We set time plot variable in x-axis and corresponding signal in y-axis. For each pair of x and y, our system generated points and added them using straight lines. And finally, we got this beautiful line plot. In Seaborn, we work with RelPlot function. There are many ways to draw line plots in Seaborn, but the most basic is the line plot function, which we can generate setting this line to the kind parameter in RelPlot. We have good number of arguments to represent the data effectively. These x and y are the input numeric variables. We can add third variable in hue parameter and it will produce group elements with different colors. Size argument will visualize group elements with different size. This sizes is used to determine the size. This style parameter will represent the group elements with different markers. We have to assign our data set in this data parameter. We can set a categorical variable to this call parameter and it will determine the faceting of the grid. Finally, for kind argument we have two options, scatter, which is the default, and another one is line. If we set line to kind argument, we can even use the parameters of line plot. In this section we will go through the basic parameters of line plot. We already know the most of the parameters like hue, size, style from RelPlots. The first parameter we want to explain is this sort parameter. If we set true on it, the data will be sorted by x and y first, then generate the plot. Otherwise, the lines will connect points in the order they appear in. Now, estimator operator. The default is min. We basically set method for aggregating across multiple observations of the variable y at the same x level. If we set none, all the observations will be drawn. The next one is CI parameter. The default is an integer, which is the size of the confidence interval. We have two other options, none and SD. If we set SD on CI, it will represent the standard deviation of the data, and setting to null will skip bootstrapping. Dashes and markers are associated with style parameter. Dashes determines how to draw the lines for different levels of the style variable. The default true will generate lines with dashes. Setting to false will use solid lines for all subsets. Next one is markers. This will determine how to draw the markers from different levels of style variable. Default is none. Setting to true will generate lines with markers. Finally, units. If we use this, a separate line will be drawn for each unit with appropriate semantics. Now we are going to Jupyter Notebook and continue there. First we are going to import Matplotlib, Pandas, NumPy and Seaborn libraries and then set the Seaborn style as dark grid. In this session, we will work with fMRI dataset. This load dataset function will help us to load the dataset to a local variable fMRI. This head will display the first 5 samples of the dataset. Our fMRI dataset contains 5 variables, and of them time point and signal are numeric variables and others are categorical variables. We are going to display our first line plot using this rel plot. To generate a line plot, we have to set line to the kind argument. We are taking time point and signal variables from fMRI into the x and y axes respectively. So this is our desired line plot. We can generate the same line plot using line plot function. In this case, the kind argument doesn't have any use. Let's try to execute this. So we can generate line plot using both rel plot and line plot function. In this session, in our most of the cases, we will use rel plot function. Rel plot function assumes that we are most often trying to draw y as a function of x, and the default behavior is to sort the data by x values before plotting it. We can disable it just setting false to this sort parameter. If we execute this, it will generate a plot where lines will connect points in the order they appear in. So this is our line plot with unsorted values of x and y. More complex data sets will have multiple measurements for the same value of x variable. The default behavior in Seaborn is to aggregate the multiple measurements at each x value by plotting the mean and the 95% confidence interval around the mean. This blue line is representing the mean of y values for x. The default value was set min to estimator parameter. If we do not want any aggregate function, we can set none to this estimator parameter, and it will generate the plot with all the observations. So this is our plot with all the observations. Now we will work with CI parameter. We already know line plot generates 95% confidence interval around the mean. This light blue area is displaying 95% confidence interval. We can disable this just setting none to this CI parameter. So this is our line without confidence interval. We can even set standard deviation instead of confidence interval. To do so, we need to set SD in our CI parameter. Let's execute it. So this is the desired line with standard deviation. Till now we have worked with 2 dimensions. We can add another variable in this hue parameter. It will represent group elements in different colors. The number of colors depend on the number of classes available in the variable. This region variable has 2 classes, frontal and parietal. So the plot generates 2 lines with 2 different colors. Now in this section, we will work with style parameter to emphasize the difference between the classes, and to improve accessibility, we can use this style parameter. As we set region variable in style, it will generate 2 different markers for frontal and parietal classes. Let's execute this. So our plot has 2 markers, blue circle for parietal and orange cross for frontal. We can even set the true or false in markers parameter to on or off markers. It is also possible to represent 4 variables by changing the hue and style of each point independently. We set region to hue and event to style parameter. It will generate a plot where the region will be displayed by colors and event will be represented by markers. Let's execute this. So regions are displaying with 2 different colors and events are displaying with the 2 different markers. Suppose this orange line with circles represent the frontal region with steam event. Similarly, this orange line with cross represents frontal region with Q event. We can even disable these dashes just setting false to this dashes parameter. So if we do this, it will represent the lines without dashes. Now we want to consider units parameter. When we use units, we must set none to the estimator. Subject variable contains 14 different classes. If we set subject to units, it will generate 14 different lines for parietal region and 40 different lines for frontal region. Let's execute this. Finally, we work with the date data. Line plots are often used to visualize data associated with real dates and times. We have created a data frame of 300 timestamps from 2019 and 300 random values. We can use this data to generate a line plot. Let's execute this. So this is our line plot where in the x-axis we have time and in the y-axis we have associated values. So we are done with line plots. Let's return to the presentation slide. In this session, we have discussed how to generate line plots using relplot function and how to accommodate multiple variables in our plots. So that's all for today. See you in the next tutorial.